could not we have the good strategy to do. And I try as much as possible to support him in terms of the technology trend to support his need and requirement to deliver the good service to the customer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
good.
That is my role to work with him in the jigsaw business also. Yeah.
Wow, sounds interesting. Okay, so we have quite an interesting team here. Very excited to meet you guys. So thank you so much for each and every one of your little introductions. So on my side, I'm just going to give you a brief background of myself. So obviously I'm Crystal and I'm working with Meltwater for more than a year now. Previously, I was in an agency. I was actually at Ogilvy. I was working with the IBM account specifically for the entire region, right? And previously, I was also at CNN doing sales as well. So now I'm here at Meltwater helping to, of course, consult clients on what exactly they need. So without further ado, I'm just going to share my screen with you guys so you can have a look at how the Meltwater platform is like. And feel free to record this session. Yeah. Okay. So let me just share my screen. Okay. Do you see a Meltwater logo?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So obviously you can probably guess which client this is for. So this is the TSAP report, right? So on a daily basis, this is a daily report that we send out to our more than 30,000 clients worldwide. So what this report does is that it basically consolidates everything that is new, whether it's on online news or on social media like Instagram, Facebook, etc. All the mentions that we've picked up for you guys based on your specific keywords, we'll pick it up for you and put it in this one report for you and send it across at any point of time that you want. Okay, so you can see, for example, for TSAP, these are the kinds of things that they are interested in. And then if I click into any one of these categories, it will lead me straight down. And if you click into it, it can open up into another website, into the exact article or the exact mention on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. Okay, so it's very straightforward. You can sort of think of this as like a very, very powerful Google Alert. So actually right now, since you're looking around at tools, right, does this mean that you guys are handling all of your media monitoring in-house manually? Hello? Did you guys get my question? I was just asking if you guys are handling all of your media monitoring, like seeing where, for example, like where TSAP is being mentioned, where MEA is being mentioned manually in-house using your own, like maybe Google Alerts or something.
มีแต่ว่าเหมือนถ้าของเราเองเราไม่มีนะทำให้ลูกค้าเราก็ใช้ Google Analytics หรือใช่เมนชั่นอะไรอย่างนี้ป่ะเราก็ใช้อื่นเหมือนกันแต่ว่าเราก็ใช้โซนมอนิเตอร์ลิ่งเหมือนกันก็คือมันมี2 option ใช้ Google ค่ะแต่ว่าเราไม่ได้ใช้ใน in-house ของเราเองเราใช้ให้ลูกค้าใช่ Chris, I would like to answer the questions that you asked before or previously about the questions that you asked. If we monitoring our in-house like campaign, for our in-house, ourselves we don't monitoring like much but we focus for like our clients. That use like the tools like Google Analytics mentions for the social media. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Last time we worked for Ministry of Education in last year, we use mention.com. That is social listening monitoring.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Cool, got it. Thank you so much for the information. So mention, yes, that's like it's sort of like a tool, but to be very frank with you, it is very, very basic, and the kinds of mentions that you're going to get from mention is very limited. So a lot of clients that they actually switch over from mention over to Meltwater, the main reason is because they find that they are missing a lot of key articles and content. Yeah, so yeah, but it is still a good sort of like starting point. Okay, but of course, when you come on board with Meltwater, you'll find that whatever that we are providing you with is going to be much more comprehensive. Okay, so that's all more or less it on this daily report. Okay, so I'm going to move into the platform itself. Okay, so you can see that this is an account that I've built. It's just a demo account, right? This one is for Jigsaw Office. So I've built 2 searches for MEA today. So one is on social and one is on online news. Okay, so you can see a sidebar here, a range of our different functions like the dashboards, the reports, the content, etc. But I will start from the inbox because this is where, I really think it's sort of like the base ground of where we start. So the inbox, you can think of this as like your Google inbox, right? So it's basically, it consolidates everything, all of your mentions on social and online news globally into this box for you, according to whatever time frame that you want. Okay, so you can see this one, I put MEA, right? And I can't really read Thai. So I've tried my best to put in the different translations. I hope it's okay. Yeah, so, and this is for the last 14 days. You have about 157 results just on online news, which is very comprehensive. But the good news about Meltwater is that when you come on board with us as a client today, you actually have data all the way from 2009. So it's like a good 10 years on online news for you to go back and dig into. It's all historical data that you can go inside to. Okay, it's not that you only have content from today onwards. You have data all the way from 2009. Okay, and you can also do any form of custom ranging. So if let's say you have a specific campaign that you are running, you can actually put in very random dates like 1st January to 11 January, something like that. And all of the articles will then come up for you. Okay, so on this inbox itself, a few more functions that I wanted to share. So with every single article here, you can actually click and then you can send it out to any of your intended recipients straight away. Okay, so you no longer have to like copy and paste and write your own summary. Meltwater will do all of that for you and save a lot of time. And also, of course, there is also a translation button. So you can translate. If let's say it's on English, you want to translate it to Thai, or in like Mandarin or something, you want to translate it to Thai, do so. You can also immediately post any article up to your Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn account. Okay. So another thing is that, for example, you want to consolidate all of these results, right? You can actually click onto this 157 here. So you want to have like a campaign report. You can actually export content here. When you click onto it, a report will be generated. And what happens is that something like this will come up for you. Let me just open it up. So something, can't find it. So it's something like this. So once you export the report, this Excel sheet will be generated for you automatically. So it comes with things like your date, your headline, your URL, your opening text, all the way down to say like the country, the source, etc. will all be here for you. Okay, and this is the same for social as well. So if let's say you need like you want to consolidate all of the mentions of MEA on social from the last week, just do so, click one button, you have it all here for you, consolidated in a sheet. Okay, so at this point in time, any questions?
Just a moment please นายจำได้ไหมที่ลูกค้าเขาบอกว่าเขาต้องการที่จะติดตามแอดนะครับว่ามันไปถึงไหนอะไรยังไง channel ไหนคน engagement เยอะ reach เยอะอะไรอย่างเงี้ยลองอธิบายเขาหน่อยว่ามันทำได้ไหมเพราะถ้าประมาณนี้มันจะเหมือน mention เลยไง
กับอีกเรื่องนึงอ่ะที่อยากรู้คืออย่างถ้าเป็นภาษาไทยมันเป็นภาษาที่มีวรรณยุกต์กับสระเนอะเวลาที่ export ออกมามันจะชอบพังเลยอยากรู้ว่าถ้าเวลา export ออกมาจริงๆภาษาไทยมันอ่านออกจริงป่ะ
โอเคถามเลย
Okay, so we have 2 questions here. The first questions about like the reports that you are just showing us. And like for exporting for Thai language, there are like many วรรณยุกต์เขาเรียกว่าอะไรอ่ะ
many
like Thai language is quite complicated. So I'd like to know if you export into like the Excels or CSV, it will be like the what we call what a syllabus or like.
Sorry to interrupt. The one thing that I would like to understand about your character in your report. What kind of the character encoding? If you use the UTF-8, okay, that's fine. I think it should not have any problem about the Thai language or whatever language. But somehow I'm always found the issue based on every cloud-based software that always have the character encoding in the CSV file. This one that we are doubting, and I would like to understand about your raw file report.
I see. So you're wanting to see, correct me if I'm wrong, if let's say I export this report here, right? Like this one with a lot of Thai into like a CSV file, whether it will be all right.
Right.
Okay. To be honest, there won't be any problem. I can actually export I can actually export something for you and send it across to you so you can have a look as to whether it fits your bill.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can do that after this call. What I'll do is that I will export a report with all of these Thai articles. It will look like the Excel sheet. I will send it across to you. And on your side, you can decide whether this is something that, fits your requirements or not.
Okay, perfect. And the another thing is about the what is your highlight feature against the mention, because the last thing, as I see from your dashboard, something that looks similar with the mention, except the UI layout, to be honest. Okay.
Yes.
And I would like you to show us something that's like a key feature of Welmeter. Yeah.
For sure. So honestly, the very main difference is basically the quality of the content we're going to get you. So if you just look at it like that, of course, mention will also have like, all of the inbox and things like that. But if the quality of content that they're getting you is just not up there won't be a point in doing media monitoring with them. Because if, let's say, you want to even do like an apples to apples comparison, so for example, you asked Mention to pull out data for you for the past week, right? Based on one keyword MEA. And you ask Meltwater to, do the same. Pull out content from the past 1 week based on the keyword MEA. I can 100% assure you that I'm going to get at least 50% more content than them. Because it's no competition that Meltwater. We have the largest global database. So that's why a lot of big clients, they are with us on a global and also regional scale. So that is one thing, right? And on another thing, this is really just the inbox. So I haven't shown you the other features yet. So this is just step 1. So step 2, actually, I wanted to show you the dashboards as well. Okay. So this is the dashboards that we usually, that our clients on a daily basis, they come inside to look at how their clients or themselves are doing. So as an example, I have created one for just MEA. Okay, so you can see that literally what the dashboard does is that it translates all of that good content, right? Whether on online news globally or on social media into this one report for you. So you can look at things like media exposure, so like the media volume, okay, across both news and social. Okay, so what this does is that it will help MEA know whether their campaigns and events that they are doing is actually giving them the press coverage that they want on online news and social media. Okay, and it also tells you things like your top locations. So you can see, for example, for MEA, you guys are obviously being mentioned the most in Thailand, but you're actually also getting coverage in China, Malaysia as well. So everything is captured for you automatically. You also have things like your top sources, and which are some of the most evident articles like Social Echo here. Okay, so these are just a few metrics that we can offer you. If I even click into the edit button and I click onto add widget, you can see this is an entire menu, right? You have things like Google Analytics that you were talking about just now. You can actually plug it into this platform So automatically, you can then tell which are the articles that are bringing traffic into MEA's website. And you also have things like your top social posts, sentiment analysis, share of voice, the top posters on social media, trending themes, whether it's on social media or online news. So everything is clickable. So I'll give you an example of how easily we can add it in, right? So for example, I'm going to put inside total media exposure increase here. Okay. Add it to the dashboard like that. Okay. And then how you can plug it in is very, very simple. Just wait for it to load up a bit. You just have to select the input. So I'm going to select MEA News, click onto OK, save it here. And that's about it. So here you go. So it's very fast, right? Any kind of reports or analytics that you need to find, just click all of these. Literally within a few clicks of a button, you can get it. Okay. So are some of these metrics what you are already looking at?
What the metric?
So are some of these measurements, so like your top locations, media exposure, number of mentions, are you already measuring them for MEA?
Just thinking what the metric that I would like to see. Because roughly it's just the very general. So that every platform can do like something like that. Okay. About the sentiment,
sentiment analysis is also available on this platform within the click of a button. So all of these analytics, right? The main difference, of course, is that our data is based on the largest global database. So it's going to be much more accurate than any other provider out there, no question. And of course, if let's say I tell you that, okay, look at the media exposure here, right? Across online news and social, there is no point in me telling you that, oh yeah, on Jan 8, I got this much content if I don't exactly tell you what all of this content is. So for Meltwater, with every analytic and every measurement that we give you, we also allow you the ability to deep dive into it so you know exactly what you're looking at. So for example, if let's say I go into this widget here, click into it. Okay.
Just a moment, please. I want to interrupt something.
Yeah, sure.
นิน คือกฟนเนี่ยเขาอยากรู้ว่าในส่วนหนึ่งด้วยนะ อันนี้ก็โอเค คือเวลาที่เขาเอาแอดไปลงที่อื่น เช่นเขาเอาแอดไปฝากไทยรัฐไปลงเมเนเจอร์เขาอยากรู้ว่าหลังจากการลงกับสื่อต่างๆเหล่านี้มันมีลิชมันมี engagement มันกระจายไปไกลแค่ไหนมีเอฟเฟกต์อะไรยังไงครับเขาต้องการรู้คือเขาเป็นคนลงดูแลเรื่องสื่อเรื่องมีเดียทีเนี้ยเขาอยากจะรู้ว่าเหมือนเราแตกทรีอ่ะเป็นใยแมงมุมไปเลยอะไรอย่างเงี้ยที่เขาอยากได้นะ
พี่กำลังหมายความว่าถ้าสมมติว่ากฟนเอาไปลงสมมติเอาไปลงข่าวที่เมเนเจอร์
ใช่
หมายถึงเขาต้องการรู้ว่าแต่ละแขนงที่เขาเอาไปลงมันมี voice หรือมันมีอะไรแบบไหน
ถูกกระจายไปอย่างสมมติว่าระหว่างเขามีข่าวนึงเขาไปลงเมเนเจอร์ไปลงไทยรัฐถูกไหมหรือไปลงพวกเว็บอื่นๆอะไรอย่างเงี้ยครับแต่ละซอสตรงนี้มันมี value มันมีคุณค่ามันสามารถที่จะกระจายเขาควรจะลงต่อหรือเขาควรจะลดจะโยกเงินไปไหนวันดีคืนดีเขาอาจจะไปฝาก ETF เรียบด่วนลงโฆษณาอะไรอย่างเงี้ยมันจะไปได้ไกลแค่ไหนเขาต้องการที่จะมอนิเตอร์เรื่องของแอดของเขานะแล้วก็ฝากถามอีกเรื่องนึงตัว sensitivity นะเรื่อง positive negative อ่ะเขามีกระบวนการแท็กอะไรยังไงด้วยฝากถามให้หน่อยนะโอเค
Okay. Regarding to Kunat have a question about the statistic. Okay, because we have the one client that looking for some solution to track the advertisement that they distribute to many channels. For example, the same advertisements put into a couple of the Facebook fan page, or the banner into the website, or some tweet, or the many kinds of the advertisement platform in the social platform. They would like to track the performance of the ad on each platform. For example, how many likes, how many people engage into this ad on this platform, because the platform owner will know everything, but this information did not share back to my client. My client would like something to track,
I get it.
and get in what kind of the information, what kind of the statistic, what kind of the engagement, and the how the share or the many things, because they would like to evaluate what's the good channel to spend the money on this ad. That's the point. This is the first question, and it is a key question from my client. The second question, we would like to understand how to measure the sentiment between positive and negative. Okay, this is the key question. Yeah.
All right, cool. So thank you so much for explaining that.
Okay.
So for your first question, right, which is basically to track the number of engagements and likes on a specific advertisement.
Yep.
Yep. So that one, unfortunately, Meltwater, that is not our area of expertise. We don't support that. For Meltwater, what we do is really media monitoring and social listening and analytics. So that is more on like a media agency side. We don't do like ad tracking. But on your second question on sentiment, so we can support that. So on this platform itself, there is sentiment analysis available. So what you need to do is you can just click into it. So our sentiment analysis, however, I just want to be very transparent here. It is very accurate for English, Chinese, and Bahasa. But for, our fringe markets like Thai and Vietnam, Vietnamese, right, that is not really accurate. But just to show you an example of how it will look like. So you just have to click onto this sentiment button here. Okay. Click it and add it to the dashboard. And then you just need to configure it here like that. Okay, so that is one solution. But because I know your client are obviously in Thailand, right? So our sentiment analysis there is not the best. So another way that we can go around it is using searches, which is exactly the way TSAP and Marriott Thailand are doing it. Okay, so on the searches here, you can see this portion, I'm searching for news, right? So this is where we form the skeleton of how Meltwater gathers all of this news for you. So an example of how we create a search is like that, right? So if I open up MEA News, you can see these are the kinds of keywords that I've keyed inside to gather content for you, okay? So the good thing about Meltwater and a very big difference between Meltwater and other providers is that for Meltwater, we offer clients unlimited keywords. So it's completely unlimited, and it's very good for a client like yourself, right? Because you're based in Thailand, so you have many different kinds of nuances and languages. And it's such a big client, so there will be many different language translations. And also, if let's say you want to do your sentiment analysis, all you need to do is here, you just have to put like that. You just have to key in keywords that are positive or negative to the client. So for example, and good, or perfect, something like that. So all of these kinds of positive keywords. So what this does is that it will help the system detect all of your positive keywords according to your client. And from then on, you see if I update search results, it will now only gather articles for me that are good, according to your client. And everything is customizable. All of these keywords, you can determine what keywords you want to put inside. You can change it at any point in time as well. So yeah, that is a way that we do sentiment analysis. So for example, for Marriott Thailand, so they are a hospitality client, right? So they do get a lot of negative comments. So the way we actually track sentiment for them is that here we put in Marriott, okay, all of the Marriott translations, and then we tag it according to all of the positive keywords and all of the negative keywords. So they know that whenever an article comes up in a specific search category like this, it is a negative article or it's a positive article. Okay, does this make sense?
Yeah, so it makes sense that you use the keyword to analyze the sentiment, but the one thing that I'm not understand clearly, what kind of the logic that you analyze the keyword to get the meaning of the meaning of the keyword is the positive or the negative. Do you have something like a dictionary or there's something like a data to analyze like a emoticon, happy, sad, angry, something like that?
Yeah, a good question. So you can see this article here from the durian fruit market. This one, because it's in English, we were able to detect it by sentiment, right? Because this is done by natural language processing. So what the system does is that it looks at the article in general, and then it looks at the article to see whether the keywords there are mostly positive, negative, or neutral. It's an AI-powered thing. So from then on, we will be able to make a decision as to whether this article is mainly positive, negative, or neutral. But the main reason why I was proposing this keyword section to you is because your client and you yourself can determine what are the keywords you want to put inside to determine that it's a negative or positive article. So for example, for MEA, maybe they feel that, a keyword like expensive, of course, is negative. Okay. But then for a supermarket, for example, they will feel that maybe expensive is all right, it's neutral. So using this keyword portion, it's where you can really customize your searches to ensure that it's very, very relevant to what your client wants to look at. And that's the beauty of Meltwater, because you can customize it as any way you want, and it's free of charge. And also another thing is that with every client that comes on board with us, there's a 3-tiered account management team. So it's like, you have 3 more people in your agency technically. So it comes with an account director, an account manager, and also a client support lead. And these 3 people will be able to be there to help you along the way to set up all of these searches, right? And all of these keywords in all of the languages that you want. And also ensure that, you make the most out of your Meltwater platform. And our account management team is very strong. We really pride ourselves in that, right? We don't just like give you a platform and then you go use it yourself. We really have that team to ensure that you make the fullest use of the platform. So you don't have to worry about setting all of your different searches. All you need to do is let your account management team know what are sort of like the generic ideas you want to look at, and they will be able to help you with it.
Yeah, okay, thank you. That anyway, but I think I would like to study more in the detail about this, because it's something that you show up on this screen that is quite interesting for me, because it looks like we can customize anything based on the requirement or the question from the client, because you have a use of the data, get back a last year more than 10 years, and the keyword to analyze that, and you also have the AI to understand more clearly in terms of the context of the statement, not on the wording. I think that is a good one. Okay, and the unfortunately, I also need to catch another meeting, and I will keep you in touch and list out some questions from my team, andคุณวัฒนศักดิ์ might be have the more question and the requirement. I will send the email to you later. Anyway, if I have the more question, I will call you directly to get some answer, because I don't think that the customer have the only one couple requirement.
Yeah, for sure.
I need to collect something more. Yeah, okay.
For sure. Sounds good. So just a few more pointers, right? I also have a meeting I need to run to. So a few more things I want to mention is that within the platform, this thing is also an unlimited report. So for example, I can save it and I can translate this thing into a PowerPoint slide immediately. Okay.
Yeah,
and
okay,
also,
that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
So it saves you a lot of time. And also there's a mobile app as well. So this one is available for use for, let's say, touch with any crisis. So thank you so much for your time. Off the back of this call, do you want me to just send over like a quick proposal with some screenshots so you can at least show it to your client?
Yeah, that's perfect. Send me some more information like a screenshot or something in the PowerPoint. We can shop and cut something that we can show, because we don't need to show anything too much until we can collect more and more information and just think about what kind of the solution proposal meet the key point from the customer. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I think the it's good that more or less towards the end already. Just so sorry about it. It's quite yep. So I think you were saying that you just want me to send over like a proposal with some screenshots.
But I want to know about the pricing.
Yeah. So the thing is, for the pricing, we actually have a lot of different tierings for that. So it can range anything from the very basic one. So I'm gonna name it to you in SGD. Okay, so we can cost you in either SGD or USD. It's up to you.
Okay.
So for SGD, it will cost anything from 8.5 thousand a year. Okay, so that's the very basic. And then it can go all the way up if, let's say, you need a lot more things. Like, for example, if you need a lot more searches or you need more reports, etc., it's up to you.
Okay, thank you very
So
much.
that is just like a general summary. When, let's say, you get more information, you can come back to me, and then I can see what I can do to fit a package that fits your client's budget or your budget, up to you.
Okay, thank you. Good.
Okay. Thank you so
very much
much.
today. Thank you.
Yep, I'll send it over, and yep, just reach out when you have any questions.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.